way from somewhere in buttfuck Kentucky. It's Kris Bullock.
You got a former hoe in a former church. This is what we're going to do. We're going to sit here. I guess I'm going to have to tell y'all some true stories then. Let's start off with a couple of things. You brought a snack. That was smart. No, I might take a bite in a minute. Anyway, how y'all doing? We got a cow in the back. And, what is going on around here? I'm going to tell y'all some family stories because they pissed me off this week. Okay? They've called me and wanting, money and ways into, clubs. I'm 43 years old, and I always pee a little. What kind of club am I going to get your ass into? None. What I'm going to tell y'all tonight is not appropriate to tell y'all in a church. So pretend you're not in a church and that I was a good girl once, okay? You with me? You with me? You with me? Okay. It is late on Friday night, and I just want to tell y'all some stories about my bitch-ass family. So it's going to start like this. This is what I deal with often. My family has a trait of, craziness. And I know everybody's like, oh, my family's crazy. Cool. Checkmate. Let me tell you, my granny, I love her dearly, but one Christmas, she thought it was appropriate to buy me not just a blow-up doll because she is convinced I'm one of them, they're lesbians. This is true. I'm not, but I'm just not having this fight any longer. I'm just not. I'm absolutely not fighting this lady on this because this is our matriarch. Okay? She thinks that obituary starts with an A. Okay? She does. And she also thinks I run the Googles. And that's what she calls it, is the Googles. She thinks I run the Googles and shut her down and gave her a computer virus because she was looking up porn. Okay, so somehow, some way, she thinks I controlled this and she got in trouble with Jesus. Seems I run the Googles. I get my granny in trouble with the porns. That makes me uncomfortable too. So a few years ago for Christmas, I got her books of erotica. They were called Chocolate Flavor and Caramel Flavor. And she tried to convince me that I was going to hell, but the pages were worn out in these asshole books. And so I knew that both of us would be joining in on that, going to hell together. Y'all all right? You sure? Is it uncomfortable because I'm talking about my granny? She's still alive. She's heard me say this stuff. I promise. Don't make it uncomfortable. I'm going to do that for you. Let's talk about my vagina. You know why? Because it don't get talked about enough, all right? Because, seriously, a lot of females get up here and talk about, men ain't shit. My vagina is failing me, and it's hurting my feelings, so we're going to have therapy about it, okay? It's kind of all of it in here, but let's just talk about it. Because if I have to be uncomfortable, y'all do too. There's things rubbing right now that is so unfortunate that there's currently, I'm not sure if I'm having an orgasm or a new rash. Seriously, I'm not sure. So I figured if I'm going to be up here talking about or feeling this, I should talk about it, right? That we're supposed to talk about our feelings now. So let's talk about the following thing. I'm in pelvic floor PT. I'm going to explain to this because I'm about to brag on my vagina and the exercise I give it. Are y'all ready? And what this is also means, ladies and or gentlemen, if you pee a little all the time, I'm about to tell you for free because I've met my deductible, so take some notes. That's important. I've met my out-of-pocket and deductible. That's the only reason my punk ass is at pelvic floor PT with a young lady named Lauren Hill wrist deep in my vagina. But I say all that to say because I want to brag, okay? My vagina on the left side is like, I don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mike Tyson, if you will, big old muscle, in great shape. Holy shit. That side, my left side, could grab a nickel off this floor, okay? But the right side, and I quote from this highly paid pelvic floor PT, it's kind of like you, a little floppy. Okay. She's talking about my vagina and floppy. How does she call this side Mike Tyson? I'm going to knock you out. And this side floppy. Follow me. It's going to make sense in a minute. So I've got Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mike Tyson vagina over here. Grab a nickel. And I've got floppy, kind of like me, on this side. It's okay. Come to find out, I work out the left side of my vagina more than the right. Did you know you could do that? And I didn't either. And then she tells me this while I'm sprawled out. I have on like work clothes because I'm on my lunch break. I didn't know exactly what was about to happen, pew pew, or I would have done other things. Would have wore 2 pieces instead of 1, so I didn't have to get naked. And then I get up there, and she goes, oh, she thought I tooted. It was my muff flap bouncing off my thigh meat, and this bitch was like, oh. I was like, young lady, you are very skinny and have not very experienced the sound of this going flop, 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 and your man thinks that you're hind in, and you let him think that, so he doesn't know your stomach and your thigh meat is what's making that noise. Anyhow, that was just a vent. I don't know, I went somewhere else. I'm having a hot flash. I have no idea what I just said, in case anyone was wanting to know if that was true-ish. Anyhow, she's wrist deep in my vagina, talking about 6 o'clock's real healthy. I find myself getting interested in what she's saying. And you know what this bitch says to me? You have a very tight vagina. I heard nothing else. From that moment on, I just said, you damn right, bitch. What'd you say it again? I'm about to call somebody's sexy grandpa. I want you to say that out loud. Say it on speaker. She was saying other things about something about a bladder. Hell, I don't know. I don't care. I have a tight vagina. Write it down. It's in my summary. I made her put it in. I made it get printed out. It is framed at my house. Currently, I spent a lot of money on this. It's a little embarrassing. But it's like a boudoir photo. So, like, if I quit dating somebody's sexy grandpa, that's a whole new story. Anyway, then I have that as proof for my Tinder profile. Hell, I might try Grindr. I don't know what goes on there, but I'd probably like it. I mean, seriously, somebody said something about bumfuck Kentucky. I don't know. Anyhow, enough about my vagina. Just kidding. We're going to bring it back to my crazy-ass family for this little treat. There's a lot of folks in here who's heard me tell a story. And I have told a story that started out with 3 bottles of wine, 2 drunk girls, and 1 hot wax at-home waxing mistake, okay? I have told this story. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes, but just know, I've told this story on stage no less than 20 times. I've told it at family events, and it's going to be embarrassing when you find out exactly what it is. Hundreds of times, okay? I got a text message recently, and I'm not going to give up the identity to save the absolutely guilty, but I got the following text message. And this person is in this room, but I'm not going to give the identity up at all. And it said, KK, I'm not giving up anyone's identity. But there's only one person in this room who calls me KK. Anyway, but I get KK, I fucked up. And I was like, do I need cash for the bail? What do you need? And she said, no, you told me not to do it. And I said, what did you do it? I've told you a lot not to do it. I've not really gave you a lot of advice on what to do. I'm more of anternal, not maternal. Like I die for them, but I don't want them to like stay all night at my house. You know, that's how I like kids. But she says, KK, I fucked up. And I was like, oh, shit. So I call her and I say, baby, what'd you do? I didn't listen to you. Thank God. Thank God you didn't listen. I mean, this person didn't listen. She said, I bought an at-home wax kit. And I said, KK's told you, I mean, this person I've told you not to at home. KK don't have a left vagina lip. And this has been a warning since you were like 17. Don't at home wax. What have you done? She said, well, now we both have a sole pair of vagina lips because my right one's gone. And for those of you who don't know, I've never had childbirth, and from what I've told, that is not pleasant. I heard, and I've actually seen the blessed, beautiful miracle of life, but I will tell you, I'm not a good I was with my sister in the delivery. I was all up in there. There's a lot. Oh, my God, there's a lot. There's a fucking lot going on in there and around there and so much happening. So I knew I didn't want that. But, you know, I hear that hurts. It looks painful. I was high as shit. So I didn't have to, I was like, I'm with you. This hurts. Okay. But I've had part of my cervix removed with not even a Tylenol. I'd say that's close, but I have also waxed off my left vagina lip to the point that I ended up in the hospital with complete kidney failure. I don't know what else, to this person, what else warning I could give. And for those of you who want to know, my mother grew the most glorious 70s bush I have ever accidentally seen in my life. So I had fucking expectations. And I have been thoroughly disappointed. And hence why I was at home waxing in the first place. My shit grows in like my dad's patchy ass beard. So that's what, I don't know what else I could tell, honey. So here's the Cliff Note version. I ripped off half my vagina. Someone in this room who calls me KK knows this, and yet she still, or he, chooses to do so. Good Lord, have mercy. So here's your final warning. The following things. You all ready? About to count it down. Get ready. Because in just a minute, you're going to get comfortable again because I ain't going to be a white bitch up here talking about her vagina too much, okay? I'm over 40. I'm hot. I have to talk about something, okay? But here is my following pieces of advice before I leave you all. You ready? Do not, sweet baby girl, don't wax at home. All y'all, don't wax at home. I know people, they'll do it like for cash or a food stamp card. Jesus, it's not that difficult. Also, be kind and gentle to yourself. Maybe, just maybe, you will someday stand and be able to say the following. You're a former hoe in a former church whose dad is a former Baptist preacher who, by the way, gentlemen, has a tight vagina, just a little lopsided, so, I pee a little. And again, don't at home wax. Love y'all. I've been Kris Bullock.